Hello imaginary internet people, I'm Moran and this is my guide to playing the ukulele in 10 minutes. Disclaimer, I am not an expert, this is just a very simple introduction. It's everything you need to get started. Just started. Keep going after this. Ukuleles are really good fun and really easy to play, so don't treat this like a big learning experience. Even if you've never picked up an instrument before in your life, and I hadn't, anyone can play a song in 10 minutes. How? Here's how! Which ukulele should you buy? Doesn't matter. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But if you've never played before, it's not really going to make a difference. This is a Mahalo ukulele. It's a soprano in the key of C. It will come with strings. You can use those to learn on. If you enjoy it after the first day, you can get some decent strings, like Aquila strings, which is what these are, and they sound a lot nicer. But the first day, you're not going to notice. I'll put links to all those things down there. In the description, not in my pants. You need to tune it because it will be out of tune. You can get a free tuning app for your phone. There's loads of them. I use this one. It's called insTuner. It listens to the sound and it tells you if it's in tune or not. It's in tune. That's because I just tuned it. If it's not quite in tune, turn this until it's in tune. The strings should be tuned to G4, C4, E4 and A4 and they should sound like this. Yes, the first string is higher and then it goes low. Don't worry about it, that's just what they do. It will go out of tune again in about 5 minutes. That happens, just keep retuning it, it'll settle down. Hold it very gently, you don't need to squeeze the life out of it. You can rest it against your leg if you want when you're sitting down. This is probably the easiest way to learn because you're not going to drop it. This leaves your hand free to strum or scratch your head or look lost in thought about music. Strumming sounds rude. It isn't. Unless you use other things. Just do what feels natural. Use your fingers. You don't need a pleck for this. The strings are very light. Just gonna brush them over the strings. Just a nice light strum. Because you're just starting, don't worry about any particular strum pattern. You can just do this. That's perfectly fine. You're just learning. Just mess around. You'll get better at it. Have you done that? Have you already done that? Guess what? You just learned a chord you didn't even realize. That's a chord. Not pressing any of these is a chord. It's AM7, A minor 7. You just learned a chord. Easy. Here's your second chord coming right up. It's the C chord. Put your finger here on the 3rd fret of this bottom string. Now I'm going to put the chord shape diagram right here. That's how you read a diagram, and that's C. Now combine that with your other chord, which is nothing. A song, but it's more than you knew a few minutes ago. 2 other quick chords, which are almost like C, but you just move along. That's C. That's C major 7. And that's C7. 3rd chord is F. Now this is slightly trickier because it's 2 fingers. Okay, chord diagram. 1st finger goes there, 2nd finger goes there. That's F. You will use that a lot. Unlike the guitar, it's quite easy on the ukulele. The F on the guitar is a but on this, it's nice and easy because it's fun. It's the ukulele. Combine that with C. Okay, your 4th chord, it's another 2-finger one, and it's A. This is where the F is, but A is just here, right next to it. Sounds quite different. Alternate between A and F, and that's quite a nice sound. Another quick variation of A is A minor. This is A. If you just lift this finger off, it's A minor. Don't hold the ukulele like this while you're playing, because that's going to be weird and difficult. I'm just doing it to show you next to the diagrams. So A minor. But if you lift this finger off instead and leave that 1st finger there, it's A7. Okay, your 5th chord, and you'll use this one a lot, is G. See the chord diagram? It's 3 fingers. 1st finger there, 2nd finger there, 3rd finger there. It's a tricky shape, but it's quite easy when you get the hang of it. If you find it tricky switching between G and C, you can leave this finger here, and just do this. Lift that off and move that there, and it's still C, but no one knows this finger is still here because it's been blocked by this one, which is the C. Once you get the hang of G, you can reverse it to make a G7. So it's basically upside down, like that. Another nice little thing with G and C is if you're going from G to C, once you've got G, just before you go to C, if you hold down over the C there and keep your other fingers on G, that's a G sus4. Don't worry about what it's called. I just call it holding down the C with a G. And then you go straight to C. Okay, the 6th chord, actually the 12th if you count all the other little ones that I threw in, is D. This is another tricky one, but it's really useful. D, as you can see from the chord shape, is these three. Now you can either do it like that, or you can put your thumb over it. What I like to do is use 3 fingers like that. You might find it easier to use your thumb at first, but these fingers are better because then you can go from here to G quite easily. So even though you're not playing songs, it kind of sounds like you are a little bit. Even if you make a mistake, if you get there quickly enough after that, no one's going to notice. Okay, so here's the thing. You're probably thinking, oh god, okay, I better practice all those chords and then eventually maybe I'll be able to do a song. No, f that. Don't practice chords. Practicing chords is boring. You're just starting, you want to have some fun. You can practice and learn things later. If you take 3 chords, play each chord once, and then go straight to a song that uses those chords. That way you're not practicing chords, you're playing a fun song that you like, but you're actually practicing without realizing. I've shown you more than enough chords to play songs so you can get started right now. Right now. And don't play like Old MacDonald Had a Farm. Pick an actual song that you like. There's an old rock song called Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and that just uses D, A, and G. That's it. That's all the chords in the entire song. So just play that song. You will make mistakes. Of course you're going to make mistakes. But mistakes in the ukulele sound nice, so who cares? Doesn't matter. Now all these songs you're going to learn, you're just going to play the chords. You're not going to play any complicated finger picking or tunes, and that will do you for quite a while. And a lot of songs have very similar chords, so it's kind of all about the strumming patterns and the singing. I can't sing when I play the ukulele. It's kind of like doing that. I can't even do that. Bad Moon Rising. And again, that kind of lives or dies on the strumming. What I do is I think of the vocal and I do that in the strumming. So it's like the strumming is the singing part. A lot of songs have the same chords. The one you just played has D, A, and G. You know what else has D, A, and G? 500 Miles by the Proclaimers. Yes, yes, you know you like that song. Don't you lie to me. Again, it's all about the strumming, but just imagine your strumming hand is singing and it will sound okay. But it's fun. Here's a slower one. C, D, and F. You can't always get what you want by the Rolling Stones. For the verse, I went quite light, but on the chorus, it's the same chords, but it sounds different because of what you're doing with your strumming hand. And it all comes from your brain. This is an extension of your brain, and that's why it's so great to play these, because you think something where you get really into it and it starts changing, it starts sounding different. This one's got C, D, F, and G. It's I'm a Believer by the Monkees. Now, there's a D7 chord in this, but you can change it to a D if you want to keep it simple. If you want to play the D7, it's a D, but with your little finger covering what would be the C chord. See, that's a C chord, and this is D, but put them both together as a D7. got to give your ukulele a name. Every musical instrument has got to have a name. This is Holly. Say hello. Say hello. How about some Bon Jovi? Wanted Dead or Alive? Again, don't you lie. Don't you pretend you don't like Bon Jovi. I know you do. C, D, F and G. That's it. Oops. Also, you'll get little extra harmonics when you lift off a chord and before you've gone to the next chord you've still kind of strumming. So instead of just F and D, it's kind of F and then AM7 and D, like this. That sounds like you're doing something more complicated, but you're not. It's very forgiving. So if you use E minor as well as C, D and G, then you can play even more complicated songs. E minor is chord diagram, 1, 2, 3. A little bit trickier to get the hang of, but it sounds really good. Oh, minor chords, the chords of sadness. So with G, C, D and E minor, you can play Blister in the Sun. A lot of it is just going between G and C. And tapping your ukulele, it's really easy. Or you can do a kind of a muted strum, just cover that. Whatever sounds good. Want to learn some more chords? Don't go learning chords, just find new songs to play and then you'll pick up new chords as you go. Practice a lot of these simple songs and then move on to slightly more complicated songs and you will progress. But make sure they're songs you know really well, that way you'll do the strumming automatically. If you can't get the hang of it, just do a simple strum and it'll still sound nice. Because it's the ukulele and it sounds nice, whatever you do. Unless you smash it, don't smash it, that's a crime. Just thinking about that makes me sad. Now you know E minor, you can do C, F, G, A minor and E minor, and you can play a lot of songs with that. You can play Basket Case by Green Day. Same 5 chords, you can play Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Completely different song. That's a good one to practice on actually because it sounds nicer the slower you go. Same 5 chords, Lady Gaga, Bad Romance. Now you can play 8 songs. 8 songs! You've just picked it up. After about 10 minutes, your fingers will get sore. And dirty! It's the wood, but you'll get used to it. Another good song to try is Creep by Radiohead because it's only 4 chords. One of them is a B, which is tricky because chord diagram. How the hell do you do that? I know. Cover these 2 with one finger, and then your other one goes there, and then your third one goes there. It's a lot trickier, but it's really good to know because a lot of songs use that. And if you know B, then you know B flat. Another good one to play is E flat, which is that, and then 2 fingers here. A little bit tricky, but it's a great chord. So if you can do E flat and B flat, then you've already got all the chords you need to play the Firefly theme. G, B flat, F, C and G. It's a little bit trickier because they're quicker transitions, but it's within your reach. It's very close, very close. Some songs can sound more complicated than they actually are because you're just picking the notes out. Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Most of that is just D and G over and over again. But if you just go up and down, then it sounds like you're doing something a little bit more complicated than you actually are. Another nice one, it's all about the strumming. It's Disarm by the Smashing Pumpkins. I could keep going, but my fingers are quite sore now. There is a great website called chordy.com. You can search for any song. Now it's for several different instruments, including guitar, so when you find the song you want, go to the tuning drop-down menu and choose ukulele C tuning, because that's probably the one you're going to be using. Again, choose really simple songs to start with. Don't jump to Bohemian Rhapsody straight away. Good tip is to stick to punk songs or 60s songs or kind of classic rock songs, because they mostly have 4 or 5 chords. Another handy website is Ukulele Hunt or Uke Hunt. Careful how you say that. It's got a free ebook for beginners and it's got a lot of chord charts and songs and links. If you come across a chord that you can't play, look it up on YouTube. There are lots of tutorials showing you how to play chords and which fingers you should use. So go play, have fun, make mistakes, and you'll get better. Kind of like writing. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, do all the internet thingies except the trolling and nasty things. Don't do those internet thingies. They're bad internet thingies. I don't know what that was. I've no idea. I've never done that before.